Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Straightforward Farming Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Reed, alongside Nick McCormick. We got Mr. Bullets and Mullets and
Mrs. Growincorn,
a.k.a. Drunky the Clown.
No.
Now, you're going to have to sit closer to the mic because you sound very echoey when you sit far away like that. You have to scooch right in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I good now?
That's
Cuddle time.
That's decent.
Okay.
We'll let it slide. That's fine. So what do you guys want to talk about?
Whatever you want to talk about. What's Carolyn want to talk about tonight?
I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about?
I don't know. I don't know, Margot.
Let's go with... Well, we've covered a lot of stuff in the last couple.
We have.
We should probably make this
Of course,
one a little
I guess we
lighter.
got to remember them will be like a couple weeks apart.
That's
so
true.
It
That's true.
won't sound as redundant. But I don't know. I'm up for anything.
Favorite fair food, Carolyn? Favorite fair food? You love
Funnel
food.
cakes.
Funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes?
Funnel cakes.
What?
Yes.
What about elephant ears? How do you rate funnel
They're the
cakes
same
versus
exact
elephant?
thing. They are
No,
the
they're not. They're
same-
totally different. They have two different
No.
names.
They're the same
No, they're not
exact
the same.
thing.
Very
They're
different
not the
names.
same. Very different.
They're
I'm going
different.
with cotton candy.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
Funnel
I would take cotton
I'd say
candy.
with funnel,
I don't know if cotton
or,
candy even qualifies as food.
or Greg Lily's
What?
ribeyes.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
pretty
hold on,
good.
time out. What did he just say? Ribeye what?
You got to talk
Ribeyes.
because it's,
Yeah.
Greg Lily's ribeyes. Lily's Concessions.
Oh, the
Back
ribeye
in-
sandwiches.
back
Yes,
in the day.
okay.
Yeah.
Back in the day, since we're kicking it old school.
Yeah.
you know, if we can actually go to fairs now due to COVID, I don't know. You know, now that we got the whole Delta
You
variant.
can. You can now.
Well, we got the Delta variant rearing its fucking head now. We're going to shut shit back down.
I've seen some things. I think we'll be okay.
Okay,
I
I'm
think
just
we'll
checking.
survive it. So, no.
If not,
Elephant ears.
if not,
funnel
we're having our
cakes,
own fair here. We're getting carnies. We're bringing all the shit in. We're
Yeah.
going to do it right
and
here.
we have to have cotton candy.
I'll be like Kevin Costner. I'm going to mow the fucking cornfield down and we're bringing it in. We're having a fair one way or the
If
other.
you build
You're
it, they work
mowing
out.
that corn down
You
for
get-
$3,800 an acre.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So you get
Don't
paid
lie,
for that,
don't
don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe the stupidity of the fucking American people on TikTok. I get bashed for being a lying cocksucker. Well, we don't know any better. And they just go on. It's like, are you really that stupid that you don't know any better? Seriously? I mean,
That'd be a pretty good land payment every year.
it would.
$3,800
Yeah,
an
30.
acre.
Fuck yeah. That ought to take land about $35,000 an acre. If we're going to get $3,800 a year.
Yeah.
I think the year of 2021 is the year of conspiracy theories. And
Oh, that's-
people just don't,
But-
they
but-
just don't know.
But some are coming true, so it's kind
I
of
mean,
like,
Right.
Yeah.
John-
And so they're like,
John
well, maybe it
McAfee
is,
couldn't have
maybe
died
it's
at
not.
a worse
Oh,
time.
my
You know, then you got
goodness.
the condo collapse in Florida, and he had all these terabytes of information on the government. It's
He
like,
was
do you
not
really think a building
suicidal.
collapse is going to tear up a fucking hard drive on a fucking computer? I mean,
It could. You never know.
You never know, Tony.
I can't
Never
deal
know.
with it. I can't deal with it anymore. It's getting crazy. But what do I know? I mean,
Not a lot.
I suppose.
How's lawnmower season going for you?
Yeah,
Carolyn?
how you liking the
Good
old
there?
I am
John Deere?
loving lawnmower season. The mower is really kind of sketchy right now. Like,
Of course it is.
as
John
you're
Deere.
mowing, like you're like, am I going to run out of gas? Am I not? I know
Well,
I
did you
filled it
fill
up
it up
with
before you
gas. I
started?
did, but it's still making that put 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 sound. So it's just every single
It's a
second.
John Deere. It's a two-lung.
Once
It's
you get,
kind of
once
an
you get
adrenaline-
an electric lawnmower, you'll be good to go. No
It's
more
an
gas.
adrenaline rush, honestly, because you're mowing and you're like, am I going to make it this stretch? Am I not? We don't know.
You
We'll
know,
let you know
a
at the end of
fitness
the
person like yourself really should have a real mower and be doing it by hand.
I agree.
That way,
I would
it's
actually-
it's 2 for 1.
I would honestly push mow our yard all day long.
You can buy them like all day long for $20.
I know you got rid of the ones we had though. And
Go
you-
buy one.
Coach went offering to give one to Tony in the last podcast.
Yep, he did. No balls.
I
No
was
balls.
not here for that. I
buy
missed that. I would do it.
I will give you a 2 dozen sugar cookies.
Ooh, that's a bargain.
I'm in. I would do it.
Consider it
That's,
done.
It doesn't bother me at
That's
all.
what always gets me with people
should've-
like my wife who are these avid runners. It's like, why don't you do something constructive? You're just wasting time running to go
That's
nowhere
like
and do
reading
nothing.
You're
fiction.
not
That's my argument
running
there
to
with the reading
waste
fiction.
time.
You could read actual, like facts
Yeah.
and learn.
I do read facts, but
Well,
I
you
also
prefer
read
fiction.
things.
I just
fun.
wait for the movie to come out and watch the movie. It's way easier.
That's laziness.
No, that's
That's
way
what that's
easier.
called,
That's
lazy.
called being
Lazy.
efficient.
Where
No.
the red fern grows is not as good.
The movie ruined the book. The movie's
right.
not good.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I know we have had this
Although you
discussion on the
still
podcast
cry.
before.
In either one.
Yeah.
It doesn't
When
matter,
you
but-
read a book, you imagine it in your head. You have your imagination doing all the work. When you watch a movie, you're just being lazy and they're doing the work for you.
Yeah, but I can watch the movie in 2 hours. It takes you 2 days to read the book.
It does not take me 2 days
It's
to read a
time
book.
management.
You just need to be a better
Are
reader.
you a slow reader, Carolyn?
No, I'm not,
I think Tony's kind of making it up.
I actually did.
My
I've
last
done
name
several
is Reed,
tests.
for God's sakes.
I've done several tests, and I read 250 plus words a minute.
So
good.
Carolyn's right though, because I've read multiple books, and then you watch a movie, and you're like, no, that's not what that dude looks like. Because you make,
because you imagine them in
Yeah.
your head, and that is the fun of reading.
Right, but I still think it stems back to the guy who wrote the movie. He done it right. And somebody
No.
watched it like, well,
No.
this is fucking bullshit. I'm going to write a book and change all this. So they
Well,
change it. So it's actually you
there
guys
is
who are
some
wrong.
truth to that. Like in my mind, Val Kilmer is always going to be Doc Holliday.
100%.
It doesn't matter what character you cast in the next version of that or what the book says.
Forrest Gump,
It's always
Tom
gonna be
Hanks,
Doc
same
Holliday.
correlation.
It's always going to be Val Kilmer. Yeah.
Why they ever made another movie about Wyatt Earp after Tombstone should have.
It's called Hollywood.
So
you
are you
just have
guys
to keep recreating.
Are you guys all jacked up on Yellowstone starting? See,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
get
I'm
Super
sorry.
pissed that it didn't come out June 20th.
It's-
Like,
Nope,
all over-
fall 2021.
it's all
Yeah,
over
salty
streaming
about it.
rights, which
I'm a lot
I watch
salty.
Yellowstone, but we don't have DVR, so I'm not like one of these. I got to drop everything to get home to watch it. If I miss one, it's like meh. It's sort of predictable. Somebody's gonna piss them off.
No, it
they're
is
gonna kill 'em,
not.
and then everybody sort of.
it kind of pissed you off because Kevin Costner's a liberal.
He
but
is a liberal
He
as
plays a
fuck.
fucking super badass.
Right.
Though,
Yeah.
like,
So once
motherfucker.
again, I think he should practice what he preaches and do no killing.
Yeah.
Everybody loves everybody. No guns allowed.
Yeah.
Type Yellowstone deal. And this is really going to piss people off listening to this podcast. There's a lot of diehard Yellowstone fans,
That's
but
true.
I'm just calling a spade a spade. This is how I roll.
Yep, I agree.
So I'm just not one of
You
these.
kind of got to put that aside when you watch it.
Yeah.
You know.
You do, absolutely. You're not watching Kevin Costner as a person. You're watching
Which to me, you know,
So
him
here-
as
now
their
that like Tom
character.
Hanks is a child molester, I can't watch anything with Tom Hanks. in it.
That's true.
I can still watch Forrest Gump.
I
I can still watch it.
I want to be on board with it, but it's like you just ruined it.
Well, I mean, the Green Mile. I mean, like the drink only spelled.
Walking the
different.
mile, walking the mile.
Yep. That's a goddamn mouse.
No.
Name's coffee, like the drink. only
This
not
is where
the
you
same.
just have to ignore those conspiracy theories because you have
I
your thing.
guess. I
I
just.
don't know if it's
Forrest Gump is my
conspiracy
thing. Like my retirement goals are to be Forrest Gump.
But see-
I'm gonna run
So
and I'm
here's-
gonna cut that grass for free.
I get
That
on
is what
board
I'm
with
gonna
Forrest
do.
Gump
That's all I'm
because
gonna do.
Jenny acts like the typical woman.
Yeah.
Don't want nothing to fucking do with this guy at all.
Yeah.
Nope, you're a piece of shit. But as soon as you become a billionaire, oh hey, come sleep with me. Let's have a child
Yeah,
together.
would you mind coming inside?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god!
Well,
You
it's
guys are
true.
terrible!
She just completely fucked him blind, and he was too stupid to even realize.
She
it.
was going through some hard times.
Oh, that's what they all
Being
say.
a whore is not a hard time.
She was
She
getting
made
some
some
hard
bad
times.
decisions, and she decided to be a better person.
Let's review. Women.
You
in
guys
their
are all
prime-
terrible.
in their
That's what
prime
we're
deal
reviewing.
Never want the nice guy till it's too late.
Exactly.
They already got some miles racked up. Then they
Yep.
decide that maybe the nice guy ain't so
Yeah.
bad.
I just find it
I
very
just-
coincidental that once he becomes a multi-gazillionaire after investing in some fruit company, that now she wants to come back and, yeah, you're just there. Let's get married.
Yeah.
That's false.
So
I call bullshit.
False.
I got my
false.
own conspiracy theory with Yellowstone. So you know how they're getting ready to, the ranch is trying to get taken from.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that ranch is an actual working ranch, the
Yep.
Chief Joseph Ranch.
Yep, I follow
What
God.
if in real life that's happening and they brought this movie in to fund it to
Could be.
keep the ranch
Ooh,
afloat?
I like that.
That's
I like
enough
that a
what I heard,
lot.
Yep. Read it on Reddit.
Nice.
Oh, that's a,
No, actually, I made
that's
that
a
up.
very good source of information.
No, actually, I made that up. I mean, it makes. I mean, maybe
it does
is.
make sense.
It could happen.
Because
Really, it
Because they're
could
taking
happen.
over
Yep.
Montana just like they are.
Which, once again, should be a law. If you fucking vote this way in these states, you shouldn't be allowed to fucking move.
Right.
You fuck this state up, you can't move to another and fuck it up.
No, that's your baby. You
exactly.
Keep that one.
You
Yeah.
own it.
Yep.
That's true.
But I don't make the rules, so
I'd
Thank
like
God.
to.
I don't know.
Thank God.
But yeah, it's hard for me to get on board because I know Kevin Costner is such a crazy liberal. I hope Rip is not a liberal. I don't know if he is. I'm
And
not saying
this
he
is the thing. I hope he's not, but I am not doing very much research to find out if he is
I
or
know.
not. Like, I'm just like, I'm going to be.
I know
right.
Beth Dutton. Beth is a raging liberal. I know for sure.
She is,
What
but she's
burns me-
awesome, though.
Really?
Dang it.
What
yeah.
burns me is all these
They
people
all
are
are.
trying
Come
to come
on.
lately on Rip fans, and he was awesome in Dazed and Confused, but nobody liked him then.
Yep.
Now they're all in love with him because he put a cowboy hat on.
Right. And well, dyed his hair back.
I'm
He's
so
a ginger.
glad
Yeah.
that I have a fellow Dazed and Confused fan. Oh my
I know.
goodness.
All right,
He
all
has
right, all
never
right. Is that a
ever
TV
seen
show?
the movie.
You've never seen
Tony has
Dazed
never
and
seen Dazed and
Confused?
Confused.
Is it a show?
That's
It's
what I
a
love about
movie.
those.
Matthew McConaughey, that's where the
Yeah,
all right.
All right.
So I saw a good quote
Never
on
heard
that the other day on how he got the all right, but I'm not going to explain it now because I
No,
can't
he was
remember
supposed to say
verbatim.
it once, then he said it 3 times. Kind of ad-libbed it. And
But there was a basis for that, but I can't remember what it was at the
it was on TikTok because
It
we've
was,
seen
yeah,
it
I
too.
saw it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Basically, Dazed and Confused is what high school was like for us.
Yeah.
I just remember Rip.
Just fun.
Minus the pod.
Rip was in, what movie was that? The Breakup? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where he's
Yeah.
talking to hookers about putting plastic over their
It was
face.
one-
No.
He
He
was
was
the brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the brother of Vince
Yeah.
Vaughn. That's right. Yep. And he was super creepy and terrible in that. And I was,
No, he
I
wasn't.
remember.
He was
Oh,
good.
he was
He was
awful.
fine.
He
I
was,
don't know.
terrible. No, he
I don't
was
know.
terrible. And then we watch Yellowstone, and I'm like, oh, I'm on board with this character.
That's what I love about those high school girls. They get older. They're still the same age.
Exactly.
That wasn't Rip Wheeler. That was
No, that was Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey.
So for those of you listening, I don't hate Yellowstone. I'm not knocking Yellowstone.
You like Yellowstone. You watch it with me when I
But
watch it.
I'm not a diehard. I'm like, oh my God, I got to hurry up and get in to watch Yellowstone. I'm just like, it's about like Dallas was when we were kids. It's pretty predictable.
Whatever. You're lying. He's lying.
Okay.
I like Dallas.
Every
when I was a
single
kid.
Sunday,
Love
he's
Dallas.
like, hey, Carolyn, Yellowstone's going to be on in like 30 minutes. You better hurry up and get those dishes done.
But do you see me
You better
getting
hurry
up on Sunday
whatever.
morning and be like, oh, I got to hurry up and get this 40 acres planted so I can get home to watch Yellowstone? I'm like,
No, but everything's always done, so we watch Yellowstone together.
No, it ain't. Because they will play the previous episode the next week ahead of the new one. And I just,
still.
it really
You
is
watch it
not
and
my-
like it.
I do watch it and I do like it, but I'm not a diehard Yellowstone fan. I'm not buying Yellowstone gear. And all
I'm
that
buying
bullshit.
Yellowstone.
I know I fucked up and watched the last episode the weekend of June 20th because I was convinced it was going to happen. And I got pissed off all over again.
Yeah.
And I got to wait.
Well,
till
they
fall.
made a big
Now they made it
production
during-
about the big...
Now they made it during deer season. Like,
Did you see Kevin Costner and his band are going to be in Decatur, Illinois in September?
He has a band.
Yeah, yeah. They,
Yep.
they sing all kinds of.
We're going. We're going.
No, we're
Tony,
not going.
Tony already bought tickets.
I will assure you, I'm not going. If
No,
you
I'm
want to
not
go,
going either.
knock yourself
I'm
out.
not.
But,
I think it'd be cool, but no, I'm not going to go.
okay, he's a liberal, so
I know, and that's what's hanging me up. I just can't.
So from elephant ears to liberalism.
yeah. How did we get down to Yellowstone?
I'm with elephant ears.
that
so
went pretty- that
I'll
went
take
pretty
elephant
quick.
ears.
They're
It did.
all the same.
That took a
Elephant
hard-
ears and
hard
funnel
left
cakes are
turn.
the exact same thing.
Nutritious,
Here's the thing.
low
I'm
fat.
telling you, I am a cook. I know what they are making. It's the exact same ingredients. It's just the way they portray
Okay,
it.
See how she tried to pull rank?
Why
right
can't you
there?
make some then?
Hey,
Yeah.
I can't.
elephants are
I
in
can't. I
danger.
actually
We're not
have
going to
a
be
kid.
talking about cutting your ears off. We got to be politically correct. I don't know.
Let's just face it. If it wasn't for those, powdered sugar would not be a condiment.
It is true.
Normally,
I
it
would
be
also
an
like to
ingredient.
say I really enjoy how the whole fair food thing has. We just deep fry everything.
The spiral potatoes. Well,
We're-
that's the easiest way.
Let's
to do
take a Twinkie. Let's deep fry that. Let's take Oreos. Let's deep fry that. And it's honestly not a bad thing.
No, it's
like
not-
it's
it's not
really,
bad at
really
all.
good.
Yep.
Well, once you got the grease hot, throw something
Yeah.
out.
Basically, you can deep fry
Do you
pretty much
realize
anything, and
Our-
it's amazing.
Our oldest child is 12 years old and has never been to a county fair.
What?
A county? We took him to. Oh no, we took him to the state fair.
No, we didn't. Our kid has never been to. None of our kids have ever been to a fair. None of them.
For shame.
Maybe.
You better
They
be
have
getting
not.
Alabama
Trust
next
me.
month.
Name
But they don't
Shame.
need to go to those because I make cotton candy and funnel cakes for
You don't
them.
make
It's
cotton
basically the
candy.
same thing.
You
Okay.
cannot duplicate the fair experience, Carol, until you've been on a Ferris wheel put
Oh, I'm
together by
sorry.
a drunk
I'm
hippie
sorry.
burnout that's a little shaky with some squeaks.
Exactly.
You haven't been to a
They
fair.
got to go to the gyp joints and get fucked with their hard-earned money, just like we did.
And those BB guns that shoot left and right, but they don't shoot straight.
Exactly.
Everybody gives me shit about not riding the fair rides, and my rebuttal is, have you ever seen a carny with a grease gun?
No.
No.
Never.
No.
No. Have you ever seen a carny with teeth? Never.
Tony!
Have you ever seen a carny pass a drug test?
No.
Tony!
It's true. Now, see, this is why we can't have you on the podcast. We try to talk about manly stuff, and all you're doing is riding my ass. So you either got to fit in or get out. Take your pick.
Everybody likes it when I'm on the podcast.
Do you think
I keep you honest?
we should tell the rest of the world that Carolyn's grandmother has the best sugar cookie recipe
She does.
in the whole wide world?
She does. And there are several people that do know
No,
this.
far and wide.
Remember in 2017, here at my house, we had this humongous party. We cooked a pig in the ground.
I don't want to talk about
It
this.
got completely, totally, as my cousin used to say, it got totally way the fuck out of hand. And she had made Nathan a dozen of the best sugar cookies in the world. And that night we all got in the house
And took a bite out of every
everybody,
goddamn
we took a
one.
bite out of
Yeah.
every single cookie in there. So he went home with the sleeve of cookies
Which- no,
with
no, no,
one
wait.
bite out of each
I
cookie.
still ate them
No,
all.
no, wait.
I
And he
still ate
texts me
them
the
all.
next morning, I'd like to know who the son of a bitch was that took
No.
a bite out of all my
So he forgot his cookies that night, and the next morning he came to help us clean up. And I was like, "Oh, don't forget your cookies." And I handed him the sleeve, and he got like half a mile from the house, and he called you, and he was like, "What the heck happened to my cookies?" And every single one of them had a bite.
He
out
was
of them.
not a happy camper.
No.
Tells you how good they were, though.
They
I didn't
were
even make them to the
amazing.
T road, and I was like, "Don't have me a cookie." Does
My
he?
mom. So my grandma passed away 7 years ago.
2016. Because your grandpa always sells it as this. Trump got elected on a Tuesday and she died on Thursday. Trump killed your grandma. He says.
Which was not the case. Cancer did. But anyhow.
That's the way he likes to sell it.
So she made the best sugar cookies in the entire world. And my mom makes them the exact same way. They're very thin and flat, and they have just like this light coating of
Do I say
icing.
moist?
Huh?
They're moist. They melt in your mouth. They're the best cookies in the entire world. And everybody pays millions for them. Not millions, but I did a fundraiser for St. Jude one weekend, and I think it went for
600.
no, it was like $1,000.
Yeah, we raised
was
like
it?
over 1,000 for
Was it?
Yeah.
It was like 10 dozen,
Yeah.
and you guys raised.
Because that was part of the dozen
Yeah.
that everybody took a bite out of.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
And still to this day, my kids have no idea how good these cookies are because we show up at my mom's house and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to get out a plate of cookies," and she just puts them out. My kids are like, "Yeah, cookies, whatever." And I'm like, "You guys have no idea. People are dying for these cookies.
I remember-
They're paying $1,000 for 1 dozen of these."
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I'd walk to Loretta's and get a sleeve of
Mm-hmm.
cookies. I mean, barely old enough to see over the counter.
Diabetes in the
Yep.
bag.
It was
They
worth it.
actually are not. They don't have that much sugar. Honestly,
Yeah.
they don't. They're just.
They're so
it's
good.
Don't burn it
the.
for me, Carolyn.
It's the combination of they're like perfectly circle, perfectly thin, with just that light coating of icing. They're just the way my mom
Perfect.
does it.
They're perfect.
And I can't do it. I have the recipe. I've made them
So what you're saying
1,000 times.
is when you buy a sleeve and somebody takes a bite out of each cookie, you're going to be pissed.
Yes, you are. You are going to be
Gotcha.
mad.
Yeah, that was. I'm still pissed about it. 4 years ago.
He's still mad. I can tell he's still salty.
I don't remember if I helped take a bite. I remember standing in my kitchen at like 2:30.
I know
that
two
morning.
of them that were the biggest ones of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember walking into the kitchen and there was several people in there and they're like, "Oh, we're going to take a bite out of Nathan's cookies." And I was like, "Don't do that. That's terrible." And of course everybody ignored me because that's what they do.
You know Miss Goody Two Shoes.
I know, 'cause I
Heaven
was
forbid
like,
we play
It's
him
It's
right.
okay. I can
Fine.
show up hungover
Yeah.
the next morning and help you pick up after the party.
Yeah,
then
and that's a thanks he
that's
gets.
the reward
Yeah.
I get.
I would like you to I would like to say though that I had things 98% picked up. For
Well,
you.
it was the effort to catch. At least I showed up.
You showed up and I
He was
gave you
the
props for
only
that. No, Josh showed up too.
Okay, maybe. So yeah,
There was two people that showed up to help us clean up, which I had everything because I'm a spaz like that.
Look.
I had everything mostly picked up.
I know you and I went to bed at 2:30 that morning, and at 6 o'clock there was still people in our fucking yard,
No, we went to bed later than 2:30.
or whatever time it,
It was
But I
super
know when the
late,
sun
but
came
you
up,
and
there
I
was
went to
still people.
bed because they had started a fire in the fire pit, and I was like, "I'm done. I'm going to bed." We went to bed, and at 6 o'clock in the morning, they were still sitting around
God,
the
yeah.
fire.
It's amazing because we had quarter sticks.
We blew up a
Blew
car.
up a car. Blew up.
Henry still
blew
talks
up
about that.
Blew up a jug of 5-gallon bucket of gasoline.
Fireworks show. We had all kinds of.
Yeah.
Had a pig
We're
in
gonna
the
do it
ground.
again.
We are. But we're going to do a
if we do
Roaring
that-
20s party this time.
Yes.
Roaring 20s.
We got to
ready.
know it's not hot as fuck, though.
No.
No.
I'm thinking like
Tonight would have been a
November.
good night for it.
It would.
No,
That's the rain.
we're gonna have a flapper party.
That's
I'm
20s.
gonna wear all the dresses.
Yeah, that's-
I'm so excited about that.
But
Nothing. All I wanted to do.
A night like that would be perfect.
Right.
Exactly. All I wanted to do whenever 2020 happened was I was like, I want to have a Roaring 20s party. It will be the best thing in the entire world.
See,
We
I've
never
said
did
for
it.
years, and nobody can get on board with me, which I despise cold weather. I hate it. But everybody wants to have all these parties and shit in the summertime when it's so fucking hot. You can't even stand to be outside in the bugs. I'm like, why don't we have something like November 30th? Let's have a big bonfire, stand around and drink beer. You can still get the fire to get warm. It's not blazing hot, but everybody's like, oh, God, it's too cold. You got hell got down
Well,
to
you
40
can't have
degrees.
a costume party in November.
Why couldn't you?
Because it's too cold.
Hence the costumes. You're
Yeah.
wearing layers.
It was cold the 20s.
But if
too.
you have a 20s party, they have flapper dresses
played.
that are like
Well played.
above your knee.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. What does a flapper girl's dress look like?
I don't know.
I'm not sure where you're going with
No,
A
if you-
flapper sounds like a woman who's like really
was a-
ready to...
Yeah,
Shut.
that's what a
no,
flapper
stop.
is.
No, in the 20s.
Flappers were loose women.
Fun fact.
Maybe,
Fun
but
fact. Fun fact.
No, I
Her
don't like fun facts.
great-grandma danced with Al Capone.
Actually,
No
she did.
shit. Wow.
She
She
did.
really did.
Awesome.
She did.
So she was a flapper.
Yes, she was. So this is my favorite story in the entire world. So whenever she graduated from high school, she went to Chicago, and he was there, and her friend went to a party, because of course prohibition was going on or whatever, so it was underground, whatever, and she danced with Al Capone, and she told me that in our church basement. And so that was my great grandma. My grandma, she was like, "Nah, she's not telling the truth." And I was like, "No, great grandma Salmon said that she danced with Al Capone. It's the truth. She did it." And she, to the day she died, she was like, "I danced with Al Capone. We went to a party and we were like underground and I danced with him." So I have cool points right there.
I'm
is
not going
cool.
to say you're wrong because I have no proof otherwise. So I'm going to go with fact.
We cannot.
Are you going to call my great grandma Salmon a
No,
liar?
I said I'm
Exactly.
gonna go with fact. I
Exactly.
said-
We can neither confirm nor deny
Yes,
these
yes,
allegations.
yes.
No, it happened. I promise you. She wouldn't lie to
Was
me.
it at Big Al's?
I have no idea.
That-
I just know.
You don't know
that-
what Big Al is. Never mind.
I just
mind.
know that, like, whenever after she passed away, we went through all her pictures or whatever like that. And she had pictures of her and her friend in Chicago.
I do remember your grandma with the
The
whatever,
whole thing, yes.
The whole
the feather thing
frapper.
on their hat, that's the whole
And she
part
was
of the
a good looking
flapper
lady.
thing. Heck
She
yeah,
was.
she was.
I don't
My
know where-
grandma Painter.
I don't know where you got it,
beautiful.
but she was pretty good.
I hate you. Get out. You're done. We're done.
Interesting.
No.
So what else you guys want to talk about? We're boring people as they drive up and down the road.
Yeah.
Keep it between the lines, guys. Don't fucking get carried away here.
Yeah.
The 4-lane coming out of Effingham pisses me off. Of people driving side by side.
Oh, every
Oh,
time.
left lane
yeah.
drivers.
So
we
bad.
covered this in the last time.
Yeah.
Left lane Larry's burned me to no end.
All right, so I wasn't here for the last podcast, but I just want to throw out that we've been on 2 vacations. Tony actually let me drive, which is a big deal for him because he has a little anxiety about that. And there is absolutely nothing that ticks me off more than when you were on the interstate and the people who just sit in the left lane.
Yep.
For miles upon miles upon miles. And
like
you
there's
can't-
nothing
you
ticks-
cannot get around them.
There's nothing ticks me off anymore when you're in the passenger seat and the person driving the vehicle has to get right on the ass of the person in front of them. It's like we're running fucking 80 mile an hour here. The minute somebody hits their brakes, we have zero time to react. Let's maybe get, 100, 150 yards back, but nope. We want to get so close we can read the sticker on their license plate.
I try to push them along. Get out of the
You
way.
can't make them nervous if you stay way back, Tony.
Yeah.
That's the only way we can get them out of the left lane.
Peer pressure.
Drives me
Think so.
insane.
Think of that. Anyhow, so
But you made it there and back just fine.
We
we're
made it.
gonna bypass Tony throwing a little shade at me on there, and we're just gonna say the people who hang out in the left lane really, really drive me crazy. I just want to be like, just
I think it
get
should be
over
legal
and
to
let me pass.
I think we should be able to pit maneuver them legally.
Exactly.
Slide them, spin them off. Not just in the median. I want them to hit the guardrail, total their car, and go through the windshield.
And-
catastrophic injuries.
Rattle on
Not to throw truck drivers under the bus, but the truck drivers who...
It's company trucks.
Okay, so here we are. We get shut off at 65, but I can go 66. So I'm going to hang out in the left lane for 10 miles trying to pass this other...
We covered
Just
that
get out of the way. Oh, man. I was having
Maybe you
major
could give them
fits.
some sugar cookies as you went by.
I should have, actually. I was hoping that Tony sleeping
In the
the
old days,
passenger
get a
seat
little flash
or
in the
whatever.
semi, but that doesn't
I
happen
was
too much
hoping Tony
anymore.
would take care of that. I was like, Tony, you're in the passenger seat. This is your
She
thing.
wouldn't flash nobody.
Flash
so
them.
we didn't get no courtesy.
Tony should have flashed him.
I could have, but they would have run off the road. But you know how that.
Yeah,
works.
they would have been way.
What do you drink?
so
You're
sad.
drinking Truly raspberry tea.
So I'm trying these. I've never tried them before. So I love tea.
So you're one of them people. I've smoked pot. Like I've tried it, but I've done it 9 times. You've drank like fucking 18 of them. You're trying it.
Oh my gosh, he always wants to throw me under the bus. So
Scientific studies can go on for years.
So I enjoy tea and I enjoy seltzer, but I have never tried the
Combination.
seltzer teas. So I bought these literally on Tuesday so I could try them, and so that is what I'm drinking.
You need
And
to
I
learn-
like 'em.
You need to learn to just drink beer.
I like to try new
Just
things.
drink beer. It's
I'm
so much-
adventurous. I'm adventurous. I like to try new things. You should try that sometime. Try new things.
No,
Tony's still trying Keystone Light.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a long-term study.
Yeah.
After 10 years, you would think you would know if you like it or not.
And
Yeah, it's warming up to it.
studies have
Studies are
discovered
still
that I
out.
do like it. Plain and simple.
But this is the difference between you and me. You find something you like, and then you just stick with that. Where
I know.
I'm like,
That's
oh,
what
I
it is.
like this.
Every restaurant I go to, McDonald's will be the same, Hardee's will be the same,
Cheeseburger.
Carl's Jr. for you guys way out west, Long John Silver's, whatever. It's the same thing at every restaurant. Not her. She's one of these that pisses you off when you're behind her because she wants to look at the menu for 8 minutes at
Yeah.
McDonald's, even though I've been here 3,000 times.
I hear you.
Today, I want a crispy chicken salad with all this other horse shit on top with maybe a different type of dressing. No, it's fucking McDonald's. You get the same thing every time.
No.
I'm with you there. We'll pull it in a drive-through.
No.
Anyway, guess what? I haven't seen the menu. What for? It hasn't changed.
No.
You know what they have. Tell me what you want before we get up.
A number 3 for breakfast and number 4 for lunch.
I want to open a restaurant where it's literally
I mean,
fucking
they made it simple where you just
cheeseburgers.
numbers.
Yeah.
That's all you get. When you
This
come
is
through,
the
you get a fucking double
difference.
cheeseburger. You just fucking pull through and say, yep, give me...
The way it should be. The way
Exactly.
God intended.
Exactly. I want either 1 double cheeseburger or I want 10. Whatever, don't matter. That's all you're getting is double cheeseburger, fries, and a drink.
This is the difference between boys and girls.
I think they have this called McHugh's.
We like to... No, I shouldn't say
This is where women
I
like
like
to
to
do things
try new-
inefficiently,
No.
where men like to do things
It has
efficiently.
nothing to do with that. We just like to try new things. So I absolutely love my favorite thing from McDonald's is the McChicken. If I'm pressed, like Tony's in the passenger seat, like, what are you ordering? What are you ordering? I'm McChicken. But sometimes I like to see what they have and maybe try something new because maybe I will like that
But
better
to me,
than
here's
McChicken.
here's the thing. So let's pretend McDonald's has. I mean, let's just throw out there whether they got 40 things on the menu. I don't know. They got
Whatever.
I have no
40
idea.
things on the menu. You're fucking 38 years old, 37, whatever, 36. I don't know what it is.
37.
It's been open your entire life. So you should have pretty much tried everything on the menu at this point. So you got to have it narrowed
But if
down.
I have your theory, all I've ever done is pulled up and had a cheeseburger.
But if you like that, why would you switch?
Exactly.
My thing is, I don't want to spend money on
Because
something
maybe
new
there
and
is
find
something
I
out
don't
there
like.
better. How do you ever know if you like something more if you don't try it?
I'm just saying, you've taken 37 years to try everything once on the menu. So you ought to know when you pull up there that either I want the McChicken because I like it, I want the double cheeseburger because I like it, or the Big Mac. I don't know, but you've tried everything on that menu at some point in your life.
Yeah.
So by the time I get to the speaker, you should know what you want because it's not nothing new.
So here's my thing though. Like sometimes when I pull up, sometimes I want a Big Mac, sometimes I want a chicken. I don't know what's going
But
to
you
happen
should know that
until
5
I
cars
pull
back,
up.
not
But
when
I
it's
don't
like,
know
What
that.
is on the what picture is on the menu that's swaying that decision? Because it's literally the same picture.
Exactly.
They've always
Well,
had.
sometimes I'm just like, am I hungry enough for a Big Mac? Or do I just want something lighter
Okay,
like
so
a McChicken?
I'm going to throw it out there. This is why we can't put women in position of power. This is why women can't be generals in the military because, should we go left today or should we go right? I think if we go right, maybe we could actually take out this bridge But if we go
If
left,
our house gets bombed
maybe we
tomorrow,
could go through the tent city and take some POWs where the guys are like, fuck it, we're going down the middle, we're taking it all. Everything left and right, we're fucking blowing the bridges, taking the fucking prisoners, we're taking it all. Women can't decide, so that's why women can't be in power.
Huh.
I have no comment on this.
You shouldn't have, because it'll take you too long to make
I
a
should
comment.
not have any comment. Oh my! I was trying to be nice, and
If this was that 70s show, that's when they'd say, burn.
Burn. Yeah. And then Red would come in and say, dumbass.
do you want me to put my foot in your ass? That's what he would say.
You could.
I
It's up
should.
to you.
I might later actually.
So I don't know.
Sniff.
But she can't decide.
Right.
Exactly. She can't decide.
prove the point.
She might. I don't know. I might. Women can't make decisions.
You got no. I really. Hate
That's
it.
why.
I really.
That's
hate
why
that
when
you're
women
throwing
started
women
voting
out
in
on
this
the
country,
bus.
it went
No.
downhill because they can't fucking
I
decide.
was
That's
just trying to
Guys have
grab
already
sugar
had it
cookies,
figured out.
and here we are.
Yep.
This all started out by me trying to give Carolyn a compliment, and for that, I'm sorry.
We have really went off the reservation.
Yeah.
We're only
Tony
30 minutes
always
into this.
takes things way off the rails.
How do I
Way
take it off the
You
rails?
always do.
Whatever.
Every single time we do a podcast, you're like, "We're gonna start out, and I'm gonna kind of give you a little shade, Carolyn." And then next thing you know, you have thrown me under the bus and driven over me at least 10 times, and you're like, "It's okay. It'll all work out, Carolyn. It'll be fine."
And it always does.
We're still
Because
here.
I take it. Because I take it. No.
Because you can't decide if you really want to be mad.
You can't decide if you want to go under the bus or beside the bus.
I know which side of the bus I want to go on.
Tell us then.
This side. Maybe today I want to go on this
exactly.
side. Maybe tomorrow I'll go here.
What else you guys want?
I'm just much more adventurous than you are.
Not really.
Yes, I am.
I'm just much more decisive than you.
You live in black and white.
I do.
I live in gray. That's the difference between
That's
you
the
and me.
politically correct way of putting it, and I'm not into politically correct.
No, I'm just being honest though. You're just very like things are going to be X, Y, Z. Where I'm like, well,
Okay,
I agree with
here's
you.
the way I see
Maybe
it.
we should do things X.
Here-
But if this happens, then we need to change our
Here,
plans.
do,
And you don't want
do
to
you think
it.
McDonald's is a wise choice when it comes to eating?
No.
So why does it fucking matter what you order on the menu? Just fucking order anything and get us through the drive-through because the people behind us are impatient. So just fucking order anything.
Because every time I go on vacation, all you ever want to do is eat fast food. So I'm trying to make the best decision with fast food while I'm there because I'm like, every single decision is a bad decision. What is the least bad decision I can
But
make?
that doesn't change from McDonald's to McDonald's. You stop twice in the
Exactly.
same trip, and you're changing your mind. They didn't change the menu.
I'm just trying to be all Vince Vaughn wedding crashers. Let's get hopped up and make some bad decisions.
Did you guys eat any Whataburgers on your vacations?
No.
did not.
No.
Oh my god.
Have you met Tony? When we go on vacation, all we eat is McDonald's,
Hey.
Wendy's,
Which
Burger
what is
Burger
a
King. And if
telling you
we're
right now.
lucky, if we can maybe find one, a Hardee's.
Do you like a good cheeseburger? Whataburger.
what's a water burger?
Whataburger. It's only in Texas, Oklahoma, and southern states.
So is that made out of water or what's a water?
No, a what?
What a
W-H-A-T.
Whataburger.
What a burger. Oh my
It
God.
ain't like a Jersey guy saying Whataburger.
No.
It's a Whataburger.
Interesting. We don't have water burgers.
No, we
here.
No.
don't. That's why they're
What
so
a
great.
burger.
Carolyn, have you had one?
I have not had one.
I have.
I don't eat fast food.
Are they not the
You
shit?
do eat fast food. You eat fast food.
Only when you
Last year
make
during
me.
COVID was the only place open, so
Yeah.
where we went through, but it was good. It was
FYI,
fun.
I'm not against fast food. In
Fuddruckers.
case anybody wants to sponsor us.
You ever ate at Fuddruckers?
Yeah.
I've heard about it. I don't think I've ever ate there.
No.
I'm pretty much Hardee's, Wendy's.
You need to try
McDonald's,
Fuddruckers.
Wendy's. That's
Okay,
it.
next time you're watching Days of Thunder, get in some Whataburger and Fuddruckers.
Tomorrow we should watch Days of Thunder. I've never watched Days of Thunder.
Lonesome Dove.
Now when you're racing cars out west, tires
He's
twice,
never
letting
watched
cars weigh
that. Oh
twice
my
as much.
God.
Watch what?
Days of Thunder.
I haven't.
He's like a sad little child. Like he's so sheltered.
eggs have always
Like
been
I'm like,
over
how have
hard.
you not watched all these shows that I grew up on?
We didn't have a lot of money growing up. I'm
Neither
sorry.
did I. I was
They didn't
way
charge
poorer
you to
than
watch
you
Days of
were.
Thunder.
It was not that big of a deal. I watched it.
Okay.
It's on TV.
We should figure out what old Tony hasn't done.
Actually,
normal
I
Americans
really,
have done.
really,
That's
truly
true.
just
Eat
want
scrambled
him to
eggs.
watch Dazed and Confused because
I have never
there's
seen
so many people on Dazed and Confused. I was like, this is Tony in high school. This is Tony in high school. This is Tony in high school.
If you ever
Ben
want to see
Affleck.
Carolyn and I's marriage fall apart, watch The Breakup, because that is how it would go to a fucking T.
Tomorrow.
Why would
Why would I want to do dishes?
Oh my gosh. Oh, we have this conversation all the time.
Is the breakup with Vince Vaughn and
Yes,
okay,
Vince on
that's
Jennifer
hilarious.
Aniston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mo-
No,
Mo-
this
Mo-
that is
Yes.
literally Tony and I to an absolute T. To
Yeah.
an absolute T.
Yeah.
It is.
Because he's like, why would I want to do the dishes? Well, because I want you to do the dishes for me. And he can't wrap his brain around doing something
I
for
don't
somebody
understand.
else.
She complains
kindly.
continually about all these dishes, and we even have a dishwasher. I'm like, buy paper plates. But she don't want to. She's like, going Greenaway, we can't contaminate the landfills. I'm like, who gives a fuck about the landfills? We'll burn them outside here in the fire pit. But she's insistent on doing dishes. So I'm like, if you want to do them, that's fine. I would buy paper plates and burn them, but I'm not calling the shots.
I'm
So-
just saying, if him and I split up and he puts a pool table in the middle of our living room, I'm fine with that, actually. But his clothes will be burned in the front ditch. That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
And then I'm going to invite my gay brother over to do a sing-along.
The Tone Rangers.
Yes. You don't take a, what was it?
Pitch pipe.
Pitch pipe out of a man's hand.
I need you to do the logs.
That is a really great movie, actually.
It is a
I
good
really love that movie. That and Step Brothers. That's probably our second favorite.
Step Brothers got a little
No,
too
Wedding
childish
Crashers.
for me.
Wedding
Wedding
Crashers.
Crashers.
Yeah.
His favorite part, oh my gosh,
won't
he's
say
like
what
a
it is.
child every single time whenever Will Ferrell shows up. Ma, where's the meatloaf? He's like over there giggling. And I'm like, it's not that funny. It is.
It is funny when Will Ferrell comes down the stairs with nunchucks around his neck and he goes, what the fuck do you want?
And that is him to a T. And then, oh my gosh, remember, so the whole tapping
So,
cat thing?
actually, hold on,
Pick
wait,
up your
wait.
effing skateboard.
Yeah, I can't mention any names, but the guy listening to this is going to know exactly. So a good friend of mine was texting last night, and he told me, he's like, and this was like at 10 o'clock, he texted me, he's like, so there's this gal who's like our age, who's a widow, who just texted me, wanting me to come drink beer, and I forget what the conversation went, and I immediately went to Wedding Crasher, and I texted him back, and I said, as Chaz Reinhold would say,
Oh no, you didn't.
funerals are nature's, how would I say that?
Nectar.
I'd have to go back.
Nectar.
Natural aphrodisiac. I got to go back and look because I had it too. I've drank too much beer now. But that's, and he's like, oh my God. But yeah, it's true. It's like, yeah, right here. Chaz Reinhold for Wedding Crasher. Grief is nature's
Oh my
natural
gosh.
aphrodisiac.
And this is why you should not be friends with Tony.
This is true. But it was a good movie.
It was a
solid.
good movie.
But
My favorite part of the entire movie is probably whenever he does the Ma, the meatloaf. Where's the meatloaf? And then she comes in. Pick up your skateboard.
You just said you didn't find it that funny when he.
Okay,
like,
actually, I really love
Make up your
Wedding
mind,
Crashers.
girl.
I
Yeah.
really
Once
love
again,
Wedding
make a
Crashers.
decision.
Once again, women cannot make up their minds. First it wasn't funny, now it is funny.
Yeah, now it's your favorite part of the movie.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I really love Wedding Crashers. It's my favorite movie. Probably one of my favorites. And then the breakup. I like to watch the breakup because I'm like, so when Tony and I get divorced, this is what's gonna happen. He's gonna move a pool table in. I'm gonna do.
Yeah, and she got a little huffy because on my Agent Orange video the other day, there was some women asking me if I was single.
I didn't get huffy.
She
I
didn't get-
laughed.
She laughed.
I
Which,
told them, I was like, oh, there's people asking if you're single. Am I having to beat them
which
off with a
the
stick?
funny part is this guy that I was just telling about, the guy was talking about the
Mm-hmm.
widow, and I said Chaz Reinhold. It's funny because you got to. I shouldn't even go.
No, you shouldn't go to here. I feel like you should
Nonetheless,
stop right now.
the thing that was hitting on him is transgender because I had to like cupcake this off of TikTok a few weeks ago, and so he's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, yeah, it's got a penis. I'm quite positive. And then it ended up commenting that I'm your transgender sugar mama. And he's like, oh my God, it's true. Like I told you. So yeah. By the time this comes out, this will be water.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a long way around. Sugar cookies to that.
Yeah, it's a trannies. Okay.
Oh yeah, we really went full circle.
So in closing,
I
really like I really like funnel cakes. We're bringing it back around. I really like funnel cakes.
Yeah, good fair
Elephant
food.
ears.
Okay.
Yeah, good fair food.
Question number
corn
2.
dogs actually.
Yeah,
the corn dogs are really good.
State fair corn or county fair corn, they're not
I like
good.
the Tom Thumb donuts.
What the hell is a Tom Thumb donut?
The little donut machine. You've had them before, surely. At the state fair, the little donut thing, it spews them out. You've had them.
Like a donut hole?
They're about yay big. And
I like the hit and miss engines
bucket
making
of
the
them.
taffy.
Get a bucket of them.
Actually, I'm going to throw this out there. I love taco in a bag. Like, that's one of my most favorite things, where they take the Frito chips, taco
They basically
cheese,
take Taco Bell and throw it in a fucking bag, and you got to unwrap
and
it.
it's amazing. No, you eat it out of the bag.
I know, and you can
good.
do the same thing
Way
at
back.
Taco Bell. Just tear the bag open.
No.
It's the same thing.
No, it is not. It's good. I like
I
taco
will
in
tell you a
bag.
good fair story. So like, it's been 20 years ago.
I know this
we
one.
went to
I know this one.
we went to the Illinois State Fair. Okay, the first time we seen Def Leppard. Second time, a whole group of us went to see the group Alabama. It's like, great, hell yeah, we're going to see Alabama. So we go to see Alabama. We're sitting, we was halfway up the grandstand, and we was all, we were drunk. We'd been there since like 10 o'clock that morning, and we were polluted by the time the show started at 7 o'clock that evening. And so as soon as the band starts, we're all jumping up and down, hooping, hollering, this and that. And we talk to all the people around us because, in the grandstand, you're not really hooping and hollering, jumping up and down. That's more for the old folks. And we talk to all the people around us, and they're like, no, you guys are fine. Just do your thing. You're not hurting us a bit. So we're like, great. So we're slopping beer everywhere and this and that. And like the first song in the show is fucking State Cop comes up, and he taps me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, if you assholes wouldn't act like this, you should have been down on the track. And we're like, well, okay, sorry. I mean, we've talked to everybody around us.
Can we go down to the track?
We didn't have tickets to the track, so excuse me, fucking fun hater. Set your asses down. So we're like, okay. So we sat down, and he leaves. We're like, well, fuck him. He's gone. So next song, we're up, fucking hooping, hollering, this and that, raising hell. Here he comes again. Fucking taps my brother on the shoulder this time. You assholes, follow me. We're like, well, great. Fucking $50 down the drain ahead. Getting kicked out already. And he takes us right down to the fucking track, takes us all the way, escorts us all the way to the front of the pack. I mean, we were fucking 3 feet from Randy Owens. He's like, have fun, assholes. And he fucking, he elbows my brother. He just screwed with it. We're like, God damn, man, thanks a lot. Walked away, never seen him again.
Oh my gosh! I didn't know this story.
Yep, Allison was with us. She was in on that deal.
Who was it, Alan or Eric with you?
Eric was with us, but Allison, your
Eric
friend,
and Alan, yeah. Oh
sure
my
enough,
god!
took us all the way to the front row. Quite
That's
a deal.
hilarious.
And it was funny because that whole day we would go to like the Bud Light tent, the Corona tent, all these tents, and we would stand at the doorway to get in. And as all these people were coming in and out, we'd stop and we'd shake their hand, be like, "Hey, thanks for coming." They're like, "Oh yeah, hey, thanks for having us. We've had a great time." We're like, "We don't know anybody." They like thought we owned the Corona tent. We're like, "Hey, thanks for coming, man. We really appreciate your
Oh my
business."
gosh!
They were like ready to give us
hilarious.
hugs.
That's great.
I ain't been to a state fair in years.
I'll never forget. So my mom is really big in going to concerts and stuff like that. And she loves all the old 80s hair bands and stuff like that. So there was, I think it was Def Leppard and Poison. And maybe that was it. They were playing at the state fair. And so I went with just my mom and my aunt or whatever. So we went there. And we, of course, had track seats or whatever. And we're down there. And there was this guy. And everybody was smoking pot. And
No.
yeah, exactly. And so this guy came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you want to drag?" And like my mom came running over immediately. And she's like, "No, she's underage." And like was like, and I was like, "Mom."
You realize at the time there was no age on
yeah.
I know, but she was all like, no, she's underage. And I was just like dying laughing. And he like, she kind of got involved in the concert or whatever, and he came back and he was like, "Hey, I'm real sorry about that." And I was like 15 at the time or whatever. And I was just like, no, I'm just the DD. I'm just here to drive everybody home. It's not a big deal.
Oh, but I remember where I was originally going. Where I was originally going with my Alabama story was right outside the grandstand. The Illinois State Fair was the Bud Light tent, huge tent. And so after the concert, it got over. I'm going to say like 10:30. Mm-hmm. The fairgrounds closed at maybe 11:30, whatever it was. So we go to the beer tent. We're all standing there drinking beer. Brother's like, man, need a beer, you know. So he goes and gets in line. This line was like
10 miles long, yeah.
So he stands in line for 45 minutes. He's the next one to the window. Boom, they close it.
Yes, I remember you talking about this.
If you talk to my brother to this day, he will still raise complete holy hell. I stood in line for 45 fucking minutes.
And then shut the window.
Right as I get to the window, they're slamming right.
That's funny.
And if you know Eric at all, it makes it way much better.
Oh, yeah, he was
way
pissed.
much better. He was so mad. I remember, because he told me that story. I think we went out and he told me that.
Oh, yeah. Yep, got the windows.
Actually, the last time I went to the state fair was whenever, it was probably 2012, right after Cora was born, and I went to see Eric.
Oh, that's the night you puked in your shoes. I remember that.
No, I did not puke in my shoes.
Yes, you did, because the next morning we were in the driveway and you were hosing out your vehicle and you'd puked in your own shoes and all over the floorboard.
No, I did not. I did not. That is false.
Oh, so you were completely sober when you got home and never threw up once?
I was not completely sober, but I did not puke in our vehicle.
Oh, yes, you did.
No, I did not.
I will bet you
$1,000. I will bet you $1,000 I didn't, because I puked in the back of Taryn's vehicle and I went and cleaned out her vehicle, not ours.
Oh, I will guarantee it. If I could log back onto my Facebook, because I put it on Facebook, Drunky the Clown with your shirt on backwards, scrubbing out the floorboard of the vehicle.
No, I don't think it was.
Oh, I think it was, because I was
I don't think it was
sober.
State Fair.
I know it was.
It was a different evening.
Yep. Oh, Drunky the Clown strikes again. Didn't fall down and break nothing, but by God, we puked all over everything.
I really just want you to know, I love how you tell all the worst stories about me. All the worst stories.
Oh, just like you do to me?
You don't tell all the good stories about how, like, I buy all the groceries and take care of everything.
When was the
in
last
house.
good story you told about me?
I tell lots of good stories
Like
about
when?
you.
Name one.
Like whenever you got really mad and we rebuilt our bathroom, so it was a good thing.
What? You never told this story.
Yes, I did.
Yes,
whenever
you did,
you got really... Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. So whenever I was like... No, actually, when the story, just whenever you took the girls riding with you in the tractor, I was like, I'm going to break everybody's hearts and be like...
That's true.
That don't even count. That's not...
That is a good story. Or when I told a story about how we were moving into this house and you got really mad and just ripped out the entire bathroom, and so we remodeled the whole house in 6 months or 6 weeks.
That I did do.
Yes, that was a good story.
Well,
and
anyway,
I told that on you.
You're talking a whole bunch, and these two haven't talked at all.
No, it's okay.
Like no.
Yeah, we're listening.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
You're being very chatty.
I'm so sorry. Heaven forbid I be chatty.
You should be very ashamed of
I'm
yourself.
just very ashamed of myself. I will just sit here in the corner now and not say another word.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yeah. She's flipping me off for those of you that can't see.
I'm just going to sit here. Nathan, what's new with you?
Nothing.
How's your new workout thing going for you?
Good.
You guys and you're working out.
What are you doing? What are you doing for your workout? Shut up. You don't work out.
When I was outside smoking, you guys were wearing me out with your workouts.
All right.
I'm the only person here who does not work out.
I know. That's why you're the unhealthiest
And I feel like
person
such
here.
a failure.
You should, actually.
I know, and this ain't fair this day and age. So we should have to be all inclusive here.
No.
And you guys can't talk about working out.
You should feel bad about yourself and maybe try to do something to better yourself.
No, you guys should feel less good about yourself and bring it down to my level.
Maybe go on a walk tomorrow. So, Nathan, what are you doing?
She's got the hand signals.
I'll walk from the couch to the bathroom to take a piss.
Nathan, what are you doing?
As far as what?
Working out.
I just go 5 days a week for work.
And what do you do for your workout?
I just...
Like, is there a specific routine you're doing? Or, like, is it CrossFit, anything like that?
No, but I have kind of thought about that, but...
Nick's a big CrossFit fan.
I know, but...
I run my mouth a lot. That should count for something.
It's cardio for the face.
Exactly.
It annoys
that's why I got such a pretty face.
That's true.
It annoys a lot of people, but that's about
This is true.
No, I've thought about that CrossFit deal, but since I ripped that muscle in my chest, I've
And how did you rip the muscle in your chest?
Bench pressing.
Hulk Hogan, he was
He
tearing
was
his
being
shirt
like,
I
I'm
am
so
a real
hot.
American.
all right, so Nick, tell us about your CrossFit.
Well,
What do you think about CrossFit?
I love it.
You just don't have enough dedication for it.
No, I do.
You're not dedicated enough
I've
to
hurt
it.
my back a few times. Not as a
Excuses.
Oh, so how much CrossFit do you do, Carolyn?
Yeah,
I do
Caroline.
CrossFit all the time.
No, you don't.
Oh, you do?
I can assure you that if you put me and Nick,
So how much
I
CrossFit?
Oh.
How many hours a day?
I think these mics will fit out of the driveway. Let's go.
Yeah.
How many hours a day
Wow.
are you CrossFitting, Carolyn?
Wow.
all right, fine.
I'll use
I am
my
not.
proxy and my daughter will whip you.
I am. Your daughter will whip me.
Yeah.
I will guarantee
proxy.
you. Your daughter will kick my butt all day long. I'm not doing CrossFit.
You probably
No.
can't decide on which routine to take. Burn.
Shocker. Coming from the guy who does absolutely nothing.
But he didn't claim to be it.
I'm
He
going to
didn't
take
claim
that to
be
heart.
it.
Oh, that really hurt me. That was bad.
Hey, I'm like Vince Vaughn in Old School. We will do no community service of any kind. I can guarantee you that much.
That's another one of my favorite movies, actually, Old School.
Old school.
Vince Vaughn is the same character in every movie.
He is. And he's
great.
But I feel like
Actually, he is conservative as fuck.
I
That's what I
feel
like
like
about him.
yeah, exactly.
He is.
Like he's the same exact person in every single
All
movie.
you gotta do is say earmuffs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
earmuffs. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Earmuffs. Just
And then
do
Will
earmuffs.
Ferrell tried to cock balls.
That's Tony. Nick is over here like earmuffs, earmuffs, and Tony's like cock balls.
You gotta use it. We're setting Mitch free.
Have you noticed, though, they don't make movies like that. Like, I cannot tell you the last new movie that I've seen where I really laughed on.
Yeah. That's been
You know,
Not
like
like
in
that.
the 80s, you had the
I agree.
vacation movies.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a...
And like
Yeah,
I think
that's
several
what
of
we
those
saw.
actors try to recreate some of those things, but it just
Right.
doesn't.
But,
it hits flat.
You know, all the Vince Vaughn movies, Wedding Crashers, Old School, The Breakup, all that, you know, great movies, but I cannot tell you the last new movie that I seen where I just laughed my ass off. It's
But
been...
what was the last time we
That's a
went to the
valid
movies, though?
point.
No,
They're just...
We just don't really go to the movies. Like there's nothing to do.
No, but I mean, I'm not even talking about going to the movies. I'm just talking about a movie that's fairly new.
I feel like
I want to watch old ones.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I feel like a lot of the movies that they throw out now are very more adventure movies, action. They don't
Sci-fi.
do a lot of the comedy,
Right.
you know, like that kind, like the things we like, you know, so we just don't go.
I still say one of the all-time best movies ever made was the first original Vacation.
Yes.
Chevy
It's good.
Chase.
Yeah.
All Chevy Chase movies. I watched
Yeah.
Fletch and Fletch Lives the other day.
Yep. When Aunt Edna dies and they run off the
So
road.
sad.
God damn it anyway.
6'9" at the afro.
My best, whenever he goes to the Grand Canyon, she's like, don't you see it? He's like, that's fine. And then he's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, all the vacations.
But we've talked about that. Like, we'll try to sit down on a weekend and we'll like, oh, let's watch a good family video with our kids, whatever. There's just nothing.
And truthfully, Vacation is one of the very few series where the sequel was as good as the first one. Because
I agree.
so many times
Yeah.
the sequel is exactly the same thing as the first one. It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, the Christmas one you have to watch
Exactly.
during Christmas
Absolutely.
time every
I
reg-
watch it 10,000
yeah,
times.
the regular Vacation and Christmas Vacation,
Yep.
I can watch them both. But you get into, like American Pie, okay, the first one was funny, but the second one was basically the
You
same
could
thing.
tell they were trying very hard.
Which, you know, I like them both,
First
I
two or
guess.
three were fine. But after that, they got a little
yeah.
sketch.
But Vacation
all.
actually pulled it off where it was kind of two separate deals. And you know, I never knew till like 6 months ago, never had a clue, that Rusty in Christmas Vacation is the same guy that was in Roseanne as Darlene's boyfriend, husband.
Oh yeah, who was now in
The Big Bang Theory and all that? Yeah.
Yes, you didn't know that?
I never knew that was the same
Oh,
guy.
I knew that.
Sure enough. That is him. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Clark. Hey,
There's
Griswold, what are you going to do with that? Bend over and I'll show you.
You can't talk to me like that.
I wasn't talking to you.
And that's what I love about it. There's so many good one-liners from it.
And I
Like, you
say
can
that
just
to my
pick 'em
kids
out.
literally at least once a
Yes.
day because in that movie where it was his neighbors, you know,
Yeah.
well, why is the carpet all wet, Todd? I don't
know, Margo. And our kids.
Every time my kids ask me something, I'm like, I don't know, Margo.
And they will tell me that. They'll be like, I don't know, Margo. And I'm like, what the heck? But that's like, those are the movies that are iconic.
I'm the type, though, that I love the subtle comedy that nobody picks up on. Like in the original Vacation,
right,
when he pulls into Eddie's house and they're standing there talking, and he's like, well, but you could use a cool. And Carter's like, now you're talking. He punches him in the shoulder. Eddie hands him the 3/4 drink beer that he's already got. And he cracks a new.
Yeah. It's all the real subtle stuff.
Exactly.
Like, it's not the ha-ha stuff.
Yeah.
It's like that's pretty good, yeah.
It's the things that after you've watched it so many times, you go back and you're like, man, that was
my favorite
funny.
part of the second Hangover, and nobody caught it when we went to see it, but was when the bearded guy tosses the anchor out after they blow up on shore, and he's starting to explain to his new father-in-law what happened. And then I can't think of the fat guy's name.
I don't think I've seen the second.
But he chucks the anchor out of the boat, but they're already on dry land. They blew up the beach, and he chucks the anchor out on the dry. That's my best part of the whole movie.
This is actually what me and Kelly were talking about tonight. Was like so you watch all these TikToks or whatever, and I was like, I love the wittiness of people in the comments.
TikTok restored my faith in humanity.
Exactly. And I was like, I did the whole Facebook, Instagram thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, people are terrible.
So like when
we got on TikTok, and I was like, my faith in humanity.
When I think that
I read the comments, they're so witty, they're so funny. Everything people say.
I think that either I'm an asshole as a dad or my dad was an asshole to me, and then I see these videos, things my dad says to me today. You know?
Yes, exactly. And you're
back
like,
that son of a bitch up.
And you're like, I don't know, I had a normal childhood.
And it just goes on for 20 minutes.
Completely normal.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty.
That's what we were joking about tonight.
I mean, who hasn't had their dad scream at them for not holding the light?
There's a lot of people that haven't, but there's more people that have.
My kids are immune when they go to their first job and get their ass chewed. It's gonna be like, okay, the boss said something today. I don't know what he meant.
But in their defense, now we have the big LED lights where you can actually see shit. Yeah. We were holding a halogen light bulb trouble light, you know, that the cord was stuck.
And they were like screaming at you, what are you doing? Shine that light over here.
I always called them glare and burns because all they did was glare and burn your hand.
Yeah, that was the old trouble lights where you screwed the light bulb in, snapped the cage over it, and clicked the switch.
And when you're 12, it's stuck underneath the tires, so you're trying to rip it up high enough so your dad can see it, and he's screaming at you.
Then you flip the recoil, it goes zinging back up, breaks the light bulb.
Yeah, and it's even worse when it's hot like this time of year.
And the bugs are all
He's
over.
under the car, and you're above it, and you're holding it, and then your sweat drips and busts the light bulb. And then everybody gets their ass chewed. It's like, I didn't even need to break the light bulb. I sweat on it and it made it buzz.
That's what you get to buy rough service.
Exactly. Yeah. The good old days.
Yeah. No, I always say TikTok restored my faith in humanity.
Oh, for sure. Easy.
The comments on the videos, like, don't get me wrong, the videos are super funny, but then you read the comments and you're like, yes, these are my people. These are the people I need to hang out with more.
Did you see the one the other day that what generation was Forrest Gump from?
Gen A.
Yeah.
Yes, and I died. I said that to him, and I was like, FYI, I'm crying, laughing right now, just so you know. I'm done. I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
That's what always cracks me up, though. Like, I will send you stuff, and I'm like, on the ground, crying, laughing, hysterical, and he's like, it's kind of
There's
funny.
days that's the only way my wife and I communicate.
That's the way we are, though.
Subtle TikToks we'll send to each other, implying what we wanted to say, but we don't really want to say it. There you go.
And the funny part is like you guys and she would know it because you've been around me enough that like my true legitimate rants are the ones that get the most videos because you're like that.
Oh yeah, he really
it might
did that.
It might be a rant about something that don't necessarily piss me off, but it's just a general
a Tony Reed rant.
Exactly, and those get the most views because it truly is real.
It's nothing special than what you
exactly.
It's nothing that he doesn't say to me all the time.
You get some people that get so hung up that are just trying to get views, and it's like, man, you know, it's fake.
Yeah.
And so it may not be something that necessarily that I'm losing sleep over, but it's like, I mean, that just makes zero sense to me. And people like a good rant. They
do.
They like real.
No, I don't exactly. They don't. It's not necessarily a rant or anything. They just like real.
And I've said 100 times.
They just want to see you be who you are.
That's why Iron Mike Sharp can literally get banned one day and have 150,000 followers the next day, because when you tear the fuck out of top coat asphalt, that's not you didn't fake that. You turned the track on. We got the tracks right here.
He's pretty popular in the shop. We holler, "Go fuck your mom," about 15 times a day.
Oh, that guy is hilarious.
That's hilarious.
That guy is something else. I just love his stuff.
Use your feet. Use your feet. The people that think he still has a magnetic trailer, it's just like, I guess I just don't know, but it's like, ugh.
That's funny.
It truly goes to show you, though, how dumb city people are. My Agent Orange video, his magnet videos, and people just, they buy into
I don't know that dumb's the right
I'm just
word.
gonna-
I would say ignorant is the right word, because...
I guess.
Just not knowing.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You don't
You're
understand.
But
not saying ignorant and like putting them down. They're just ignorant.
Let's not
they
be
don't know. Yeah.
Negative.
And you know, and I mean,
I wouldn't know how to fucking flag down a taxi in
Right.
New York City. I'm ignorant, you know.
I would.
I don't know. Last I looked, I was getting close to 6,000 comments on my Agent Orange video.
I didn't look.
And I mean, there ain't no way you can even go through that many. But I mean, I was getting everything from you son of a bitch, lying to people and this and that. And it's like,
well, you were
so
actually,
many
you were
hate.
like, the way you done it is like, damn, I could believe that if I wasn't fucking retarded.
Well, because he's a really good liar.
My
He's
whole
a really
point
good
was,
liar.
it's like, you know, that's the point I'm making is people can tell you that on the evening news and you will believe it.
Yep.
You got to look into it yourself.
Yep.
And you did come back with a second video and kind of clarify that.
Which the videos that I've done like that, I do get complimented several times on how well I can lie.
Yes, but I feel like I'm just gonna throw this out there. You guys are gonna hate me for this, but I feel like because you are a farmer and you should be an advocate for farmers, you should probably clarify that a little more.
Right, but here's
they are going to be like,
time out. Here's my rebuttal. So, do you think that every time a politician speaks, we should just go along with it because they're supposedly the experts?
No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you are a farmer, and a lot of times you put out videos and people believe you. So you should come back and maybe clarify better. Hey, I was bullshitting you guys.
You're not representing the farming community.
I was being whatever. This is not.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. In my defense,
I'm not hounding you for it. I thought it was funny.
If somebody told you that they were spraying Agent Orange, do you really think you need to go back and clarify that?
Okay, so here's the thing. Here on, time out.
Come back.
So, because I understand what that is, obviously I know you're doing whatever. There are a lot of people who don't understand.
Well, obviously they did because they freaked out when I said I was spraying Agent Orange, so they know what Agent Orange is.
But they probably,
the people that had to go research Agent Orange are probably the ones that took it serious, because anybody that knows what Agent Orange is probably didn't take you seriously. Or the people that had to go.
And here's the thing. So I'm not bragging on myself, but people tell me all the time, and you'll agree with this, that I'm very witty, right?
You're very, yes.
And so when you're witty, that means you make snap.
Yes, you
right?
do.
Okay,
know,
so
yes.
tonight, I was throwing this out there as an example. I was watching Cops Reloaded on TV.
Gosh.
So get this. So they pull this guy over, and as soon as the cop walks up to the car, he says, "What's that under your feet?" And the guy's like, "It's just a pellet gun. It's just a pellet gun." And they drag him out of the car, and then the cop's like, "How did you not know that gun was in there?" "I didn't know it was, I swear to God, this is my friend's car. I had no idea it was in there." And the cop never did question the guy. And I'm sitting there in my own mind thinking the whole time, well, how'd you know it was a pellet gun then? You had no clue it was there. How'd you know it was a pellet gun?
That's true.
But the cop never thought to say that. And all I'm getting at is when you're witty, you got to make snap decisions.
I know, and I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying that there are some people, so literally there are people who live in the big cities who have no idea what a combine is, what a tractor is.
But they know what Agent Orange is, right?
They know what non-GMO is.
They know what
if they Google it, but they only know what Google tells them.
Anybody who knows anything knows that Agent Orange killed a lot of people.
I know, but...
I mean, it's a true story. And so, don't ride my ass and, you son of a bitch.
You can't say that because some people don't know how many states there are.
Exactly. I'm just. I don't know.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm not. I understand where you're coming
and I
from.
understand what
but
Tony's
at the
saying
same time, I'm just saying.
So you understands, but he understands that he understands what I understand.
We all understand what's going
all
on,
know.
but nobody else.
Come on back.
We all,
Come on back.
But once again, I think it's a very valid point as to how far people are removed from their food source. Who's in here? Who just come through the door? What do you think, Joe? She wants her mommy. You want to join us on the podcast, Joe? She does not.
Joe will not participate in the podcast. She's not happy about it.
Fun hater. She's a woman. Give her 5 seconds, she'll change her mind. Actually, we're like an hour into this.
I was gonna say, we're pretty far into this, so maybe we should wrap it up.
You think we should wrap this up?
I think we should wrap it up.
This one, we really went off the reservation.
I have no.
It doesn't seem like an hour.
I don't
Seem
even
like
know
20
what we
minutes.
should
Sugar
label
cookies
this.
all the way
Like
around.
maybe
Funnel
off
cakes.
the rails.
Fair food.
Yeah.
No, but we didn't even talk about fair food.
Well, we
We
started
didn't
shelf
even
that
talk
very
about all my
quickly.
favorite fair foods. Dang
No.
it! I love gyros.
There is no... What is a gyro anyway?
It's called a gyro.
G-Y-R-O.
That's gyro. I'm with Tony. Yeah.
When
No.
I
A
call
gyro.
John Deere on my GPS and says my gyro is messed up, they tell me what to do. I don't say my hero's messed up.
No, but
it's
that-
a gyro. That's why nobody can understand the English language, because the same word, the same spelling has 19 different meanings.
Yep.
It's a gyro.
Okay.
That's why when I was at the Illinois State Fair, I went through the ethnic village. I went to the straight to the cheeseburger joint. I didn't have to have whatever they had in the...
You went straight to the cheeseburger joint because that's all you ever eat is cheeseburgers.
Because I don't eat gyros.
Because you eat nothing but cheeseburgers. That's all you eat.
That's okay.
Cheeseburgers. Frozen pizza.
That way I don't have to walk up to the window and say, I want a gyro. And they're like, well, we don't have them. We only got heroes. Well, your sign says gyros. Give me a gyro.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I don't know, Margot.
Rough night for Joe.
You got a child ready for bed.
Yep, I do. So,
come barking
Mrs.
at
Growincorn is signing out.
You're out.
Come on back.
Yeah, come on back.
Oh.
Yeah, we probably ought to wrap this up. Everybody's trucking on down the road and don't want to bore anybody. So, Mrs. Growincorn's taking the young into bed. What time of night is it even?
10:40.
Getting late.
Damn, we burned
Yes, it is.
quite a bit of hours this evening.
Getting late.
Well, I don't really know where this episode went off the rails. We were doing fine till the missus showed up.
Yeah, it was
And then
going
she
good.
throws a wrench in
Killed it.
all of it.
Dead,
You know how women
dead in the
are.
water.
It's all fine till the women show up. But I guess we'll kill it here and we'll pick it up again next week. What do you guys think? You want to join us
Yeah.
next week again, Cushman?
Sure.
That sounds good. Things flow better with 3 people, I think.
Yeah, works good.
Yeah, it's good. So, well, anyway, guys, get on down the road safely. We appreciate everybody tuning in to the Straightforward Farming Podcast. Check out Bullets and Mullets on TikTok, in McCormick 1466, and you all know me, Growincorn 2020. Hope you guys are being safe out there. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Come on back.
Come on back.